Anthropic, the company behind AI model Claude, just dropped a study that answers the question everyone is quietly Googling at 2 a.m. Is AI actually taking jobs? And the answer is complicated. Because the data shows something way more nuanced than a yes or a no. And honestly, it should concern you and reassure you at the same time. Hi guys, I'm Amrit Raj and let's get to the video. So Anthropic analyzed roughly 2 million anonymized conversations with their AI model Claude to understand how people are actually using AI at work. Not how they say they use it, but actually how they use it. This is called Anthropic Economic Index, and it maps real AI conversations to over 20,000 specific work tasks in the US Department of Labor's database. Think about that for a second. This isn't a survey, this isn't self-reported data. This is behavioral data at scale. That makes it one of the most credible pictures we have ever had of AI's real footprint in the economy. Here's the finding that stopped me. For computer and math workers, we are talking programmers, data scientists, and analysts. AI models like Claude are theoretically capable of handling 94% of their tasks. But in real world, only 33% of those tasks are actually being handled by AI right now. Talking about office and administrative roles, theoretically 90% is exposed. But again, actual usage is a fraction of that. The researchers literally drew a red zone for actual usage and a blue zone for theoretical potential. And red area is very less as compared to the blue area. What does that mean? It means we are in our early days. The gap exists because of legal constraints, technical limitations, the real need for humans to review AI work, and slow organizational adoption. But here's the key line from the research. As capabilities improve and adoption deepens, the red will grow to fill the blue. That's your timeline, and that's what you should be watching. Now, this is the part that actually makes me optimistic for now. Of all the AI work interactions studied, 57% were just augmentation, meaning AI helped a human to do their job better. And 43% were automation, meaning AI just did the task outright. Augmentation is the dominant pattern. That means AI is mostly being used as a co-pilot, not a replacement. But, and this is important, in August 2025, automated use exceeded augmented use for the first time. It flipped back in November, partly because of new features that encouraged more collaborations. But the underlying trend is still slowly marching towards more automation over time. That could be evidently seen in the OpenClaw adoption. People are going absolutely crazy about this AI bot which automates your task. So yes, right now AI is mostly our assistant, but the balance is shifting. Now let us talk about who's sitting closest to the fire. According to the study, the top most exposed occupations include number 1, computer programmers, 75% task coverage. Number 2, customer service representatives and data entry operators with around 67% coverage. Number 3, market research analysts and medical record specialists and legal roles with nearly 90% theoretical exposure. And here's the demographic twist no one expected. The workers most exposed tend to be older, more educated, female, and higher paid. That flips the common narrative that AI only threatens low-wage workers. On the flip side, 30% of workers have zero AI exposure. This includes cooks, bartenders, motorcycle mechanics, lifeguards, dishwashers, basically jobs where you have to physically be somewhere doing something with your hands. No LLM is replacing those anytime soon. Now here's the stat that should be making headlines more than it is. Hiring for workers aged 22 to 25 has slowed by roughly 14% in occupations with high AI exposure. So while mass unemployment hasn't hit yet, and the data shows no significant spike in unemployment for AI-exposed jobs overall, but the entry point is narrowing. Companies are hiring fewer junior people and leaning on experienced workers plus AI instead. If you're early in your career or managing a team of early career talent, this is the signal to pay attention to right now. One thing I really respect about this research is the transparency in what Anthropic is trying to do. They are not just publishing findings, they are building what they call an early warning systems for AI-driven labor disruption. The goal is to have monitoring infrastructure in place before the disruption hits, so economists and policymakers aren't piecing it together after the fact. One of the researchers made a comparison to the China shock of the early 2000s, where manufacturing jobs moved offshore and it took years for the data to clearly show the damage. They don't want that to happen with AI. That's actually a pretty responsible move from a company that also makes technology causing the disruption. Okay, so what do you actually do with all this? If you are in a high exposure field, say coding, data, admin, legal, or customer service, your job isn't going away tomorrow. But your job description is being rewritten. The tasks which AI can do will get absorbed. What is left is a higher order judgment, relationships, and oversight. That's what you should be doubling down on. If you're a business owner or a manager, understand the gap between what AI can do and what it's actually doing in your business. That's both an opportunity and a competitive risk. If you're not closing that gap, someone else is. If you're early in your career, the traditional path of start junior, learn the basics, and get promoted is getting compressed. AI is absorbing a lot of that foundational work. Your differentiation has to come faster, and it has to be something AI can't easily replicate. And if you're anyone, the best move right now is to understand how these tools work. Not just use them, but understand them and incorporate them in your daily workflows. That's a new baseline literacy for knowledge work. To conclude, guys, I would say the headline AI is taking jobs is both true and misleading. It's more accurate to say AI is reshaping jobs and the full extent of that reshaping hasn't hit yet. But we are watching it happen in real time. Anthropic basically just handed us a map. Whether you use it or not, it is up to you. If you found this useful, subscribe to my channel because I cover this stuff every week so you are never caught off guard. And drop a comment, what is your take? Are you worried? Till then, bye bye and I'll see you in the next video.